Hello everyone, my name is Jorge Diaz, president and founder of Larry Jacob Internet Marketing, and another episode of How Do You Define Infusionsoft Success. I have Bryce Christiansen back with me. He was interviewed, it was back in the fall, I think. And we were talking this week, and PlusThis has done a fairly significant update to their product, and I thought it made a lot of sense to have Bryce back on, have him share what he's added and what's the tool got in store for us.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Jorge, for bringing me back on. Like you said, we talked probably in the fall, had a lot going on, but our main focus was getting the new PlusThis platform all made. And since launching that the end of June, we've released 6 new features, and we're just cranking them out now. And I wanted to kind of give your people an update on some of the new things in PlusThis and kind of show a little demo there.
Right. So Bryce, I just want to kind of get into your thinking. So what is it that drives these updates? Because you've got 5 of them. I think you told me there were 5 of them. 4 of them are like pretty cool, and the other one's like a utility, right?
Yeah. So what we do is we have a Facebook user group. That's where a lot of our users go, and they can share ideas, get help from the community, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of times what we've done in there is whenever people are suggesting improvements or new feature ideas, we have now set up a user voice. So I don't know if you've ever seen a user voice before, but they're kind of like a forum where you can submit an idea, you can see everyone else's ideas and give like points for it. So you can say like, this is a really cool idea. I'll put 3 points towards this one or whatever.
Right,
so then we start to see like which ones are getting the most attention.
Yeah, and Infusionsoft has something like that, because I know that people sometimes say, hey, can you vote for this and things.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a voting thing. So then once we've seen what the community is asking for, and obviously we hear a lot of ideas that aren't necessarily expressed on the forums or Facebook, like in support calls or at events, talking, just everything. We just hear a lot of the same ideas come up over and over again, or we just know are really needed or asked for a lot. And so this round of features that we've put in there, you're going to see a lot of applications to several different businesses that I think are really, really cool, and it's good to finally have them into PlusThis.
Cool. So why don't we kind of give you a chance to demo these? Are these this is the time when we should kind of switch the screens?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so this is the first time on the program where we're actually kind of messing with switching screens and stuff. So I hope everything goes well. So
yeah, it's good.
So you're the presenter now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the talking heads here so we have more space for the window. So there you go.
This is great. Yeah, this looks good. Cool. So the first one that we released is our SMS sequence. So Jorge, have you ever had clients that wanted to do like text to opt-in, that kind of thing?
Well, as a matter of fact, we've got a customer that uses one of the other products, and I'll just keep the name off. And they were saying, oh, does PlusThis do SMS? And I'm going, you know what? I'm talking to Bryce. I'm talking to Bryce today. I'll find out.
Yeah. So for the longest time, we've had a very basic SMS feature that was kind of like your outbound SMS for like event reminders or whatever. But you're not expecting anyone to text opt-in or text something back to that necessarily. It was more like a notification. Text. But now we've created a thing called SMS Sequences, where this is your basic text opt-in feature now.
Right.
So the way that we've done our texting, you're probably familiar with it, but some people might not be familiar with Twilio.
No, I'm very.
Twilio is like
we do a lot of turbo dial work, so Twilio is kind of.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Twilio is like a provider, for those who don't know, a provider of like phone numbers for SMS, messaging, voice, all that kind of stuff. That's how you can buy a phone number and be able to send text and stuff for really low prices without having to use a middleman. So anyways, our integrations all work with Twilio. So you get your own numbers, and then with an SMS sequence, you can just set up a text opt-in keyword.
Okay.
And then you're storing their phone number. Obviously, if they're texting that there, we want to be able to keep that phone number somewhere. And then you can apply tags when they do this. You can put in your message to send when they ask for that. So we can say, hey, thanks for texting. And may I get your first name? And you can put in merge fields if you have certain merge fields you want to add in there. First name, that kind of stuff.
So Bryce,
And then,
this one could easily be used like by someone doing a stage call, saying, hey,
oh yeah,
if you want to get my PDF file or my, whatever, 5 visionary ideas for growing your business, they could text this number,
exactly.
what's your name, what's your email, and then boom, you can fire off something with
Yeah,
Infusionsoft.
yeah. Even if you don't even want a name, it's like, hey, thanks for asking for the slides. What's a good email to send this to? You could totally put in that as a message, and you can do multiple messages too. So you can start with just collecting a name, and then say, thanks. We'll merge in your name now in the next message down here, and then you can go from there. But yeah, it's really nice. You can save their response to a field. You can apply a tag when they do this, and you can also make it so it applies a tag if there's certain words in the phrases. So if one of your sequences is like, if they were to respond with a certain color or whatever, like, hey, what color do you want your wristbands in? And you can say like blue, red, or whatever. Then you can have a tag based on that, and then that will automate whatever you want in Infusionsoft to do based on what they put in their message response
Cool.
to you.
Okay, so that would be like a way to segment things. Nice.
Exactly. So
This,
yeah, so here's where you can see adding all the different steps. So you can go on as long as you need to, but works all the same way basically.
well, I've used one of the other ones, and this interface seems really clean.
Yeah, it's really easy to get started. Also, if people need examples or they've never done these before, we have videos on our website that show how to do a lot of these SMS sequences and things like that.
Cool.
So like under our idea guides page.
Okay,
So that was the first thing we released because we had tons of people that used our bread and butter like notification text, but everyone wanted to do the text opt-in, which was understandable.
For sure.
We just eventually made that as a feature too.
Okay, so show us the next one.
Yeah, sure. So the next one I want to show you, this one was one of my babies, one of my ideas. I was like, this would be really cool to have because I've seen other people with something like this, and it was really impressive to me.
Okay. I saw
this is called Simple Email Survey.
No, and you emailed something about this
Yes.
a couple weeks back, and this kind of got me thinking of a couple things that this could be applied to.
Oh, totally. So the overview of this is if you ever wanted to embed a survey into one of your Infusionsoft emails, and without having them have to click a link to go take your survey, because we know lots of people don't click links to take surveys, right?
For sure.
It's pretty low conversion. All right, so what we do is we put in your question here. So how likely are you to refer us?
So like
and so then you can pick a type.
Typical NPS.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously you could do all kinds of different questions, but we have right now a scale 1 to 10 survey and a yes or no one. So I'll show you the scale one because it's really cool. Here you can put in your descriptions for the low numbers, so not likely or very likely. I'm just using the examples because I'm not very creative when I have to be on the spot.
That's fine.
And then here you can set your scale. So what we're doing here is any responses we get in these different like ranges, we can now apply different tags and redirects based on that.
Okay.
And if we need another range, we can do that here to cover the last part.
So the redirect
really cool.
is the redirect where they would go next?
Yeah, so when they are actually in, I wonder if I have an example I can just show you really quick. So I'll show you what it looks like in the email itself because that's helpful to see too. And I believe I do have one of these already.
Well, that's nice because then you can cascade it. Whatever they answer on the first one, you can decide what you want the second page to be based on their answer then?
Yeah, so what I've done, usually what I recommend, if this is to get them started, right? Let me see if I have it in this one. It might be in one of my other ones really quick, but I can show you how it works. Yeah, there we go. So this is what it looks like when you have it embedded. And so like in this example up here, if they were to answer within 1 or 3, 1, 2, or 3, then they'll go to one page. If they answer 4, 5, 6, they can go to another, and 7, 8, 9, or whatever scales you want.
Yeah.
And they'll also get different tags. So what I usually do, if you're wanting a more in-depth like survey, like more than one question answered, which is totally fair, what I do on the redirects is I send them to the full survey afterwards.
Okay.
Because this will get them to start it. And then once they're in it, once they're in it, there's a lot less hesitation. The hardest part is getting people to start a survey because no one really wants to do it. But if it shows up in their email just like this and they're literally just clicking one of these numbers there, that is a lot more attractive to people. And it's really cool that you can do all the tagging and redirects based on
No, as a matter of fact, I built one of these manually, and that was, boy, that took me forever to do. But I mean, it was some serious Java scripting and whatever. So let me ask you, when you do this, all you're really doing is you're sending some HTML in there. You're not sending anything that's going to make deliverability bonus, right?
Yeah, so for deliverability, I would do, we do have reporting, so you can see like how many people scored each of these different ranges, and same with the yes or no.
But my question is, putting this in my email isn't going to affect my deliverability of that email. It's just HTML.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah. So in fact, the way that you make it, I'll show you here, and this actually might be a good call to action. You use the HTML snippet, which unfortunately isn't in the new builder right now, which makes no sense to me why an email doesn't have HTML in there. So if anyone watching this wants it in the new builder, go add that as a suggestion to Infusionsoft. We're definitely letting them know.
Okay, well, Bryce, in the interest of time, this is super. Let's make sure we get a chance to look at the next one too, because I'm telling you, by the way, I mean, I had a customer today ask me about something like this, and this is super useful.
Oh, you can demo it.
Yeah,
totally. So the next one, there's two that are kind of similar to this one, so I'll go through these ones a little bit quicker too. Time frame triggers. So Facebook, here's an example. Facebook has these Facebook Live events that are really popular right now. I don't know if you've seen them where people can get on Facebook and show like Frank Kern gets on there and he goes live, and on there he's giving some value away, and then he's also having some kind of like special offer for the people who actually showed up live to watch him.
Sure.
And so this lets you apply a tag if they take action during a certain time frame.
Okay.
So you can set like a specific day. So say you're going to do your Facebook Live, or maybe it's just a webinar too that you're doing live, and you want to say, hey, anyone that buys in the next hour or during this webinar is going to get a special bonus. And what's going to happen is you're just going to get this tag applied if they hit this HTTP post at the end of this. So I'll just show you an example really quick here. Test a demo of time frame. So sometimes it helps to work backwards. So a lot of our PlusThis features just use an HTTP post to run them. And you'll have this feature URL you just put in it. So whenever they hit this HTTP post, what's going to happen is it's going to check to see, did it hit it on this date between this time? And if so, we'll apply this tag. And so that's a really easy way for you to basically incentivize people on like live events or at like icon presentations or whatever you're doing, where you're going to give a special live bonus basically if they take action.
Okay, so
opting in, buying, whatever it is, wherever you want to put the HTTP post.
Okay, so let me frame this just to make sure I get it. So let's say I'm having a webinar 3 o'clock today Eastern time. So I know people are going to be there at 3, and I know that before 3:45 I'm going to give my call to action. And so I put the call to action. The call to action, I guess, sets a tag, or am I calling this HTTP post when they hit the call to action?
Yeah, so you would put the HTTP post, like say it's a web form you're having them do on your webinar. You're like saying, hey, sign up for my ebook or whatever, and I'll give you a bonus like coupon or whatever.
Okay.
And you only want that coupon to go to the people who sign up during this webinar time frame.
Okay.
So you picture your like goal in Infusionsoft for that web form. Then you'll have a sequence after that, and you just put the HTTP post after that web form. So As soon as someone comes in, it's going to check, okay, did they do this on this time at this date? No, if not, then they don't get this special bonus tag.
And then,
if
right.
they did, they get the bonus tag.
Got you. And then it'll allow you to
Yeah.
kind of, take them to point A or point B so that you can skip the bonus.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
That's that one. The other one we did that has to do with like scarcity and this kind of idea as well is scarcity triggers. And these are really cool because this is for any of those times you wanted to give a discount to the first 20 people that buy, or give a bonus to the first 10 people that opt in, or any of those kinds of things. And so what we can do is we can set a tag that is going to be counted. So say, again, picture your opt-in form as your goal. In your sequence, you're going to have a tag that's applied when they opt in, and that's going to be like your counting tag to say, okay, we have this many people who've opted in. And if that number is greater than or less than whatever you want to do, so in this case you might say like the first 10, so we'd say less than 11, then apply this tag, and you can do a whole different one for that. And so that's how you can do really cool, first X number of people to buy something get a bonus, or opt in get a bonus, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a really cool, easy, again, we have videos to show how to set it up because I don't want to, you don't have the time to go through every little setup for this.
No, but this
really
is more
cool
about
concept.
making sure, I mean,
Yeah.
I had no idea that you guys had this kind of feature, and now that you give me a quick overview, when the time
Totally.
comes, I know, okay, let me watch a video, or let me just give Bryce a call again.
Yeah,
I got you.
exactly. We have support and everything too, so we'll help you get going if this is an idea you want to take advantage of. And then the last one I just want to show you is our Google Sheets exporter. This is one we've had a lot of people ask for a long time too, and it's basically makes it so you can take a saved search from Infusionsoft. So
Okay.
imagine you're a sales team and you want to be able to export your latest leads that have come in.
Okay.
And so that way you can put it in a spreadsheet for all the different sales reps to follow up with.
Okay.
And this lets you look up that saved search, choose a Google Sheet to put it in, and then it will go ahead and add it to the tabs. You can also set it so it runs on certain days at certain times, so that it's always updated on the Friday when you have your meeting or whatever with the latest numbers.
Oh, okay.
So this is a really easy way to do it. It's probably the easiest way I've seen out there for a Google Sheets exporter kind of function.
Okay, and then I tell you what, then you can come up and I'm thinking of the Zapier stuff that you can do, where if the
Yes.
sheet was updated, then do this other thing, and you could really start a big
Mm-hmm.
chain of reaction of automation.
But yeah, those are
Very
all
sweet.
new features that we've released in the last 4 to 5 weeks. So we're cranking, and I'm
no, I'm
excited
seeing-
for even more stuff to come out soon.
Well, and I tell you what, because I know that you guys in the last 6 months have bumped up the price of this, and it's not because it's not worth it, but you guys are adding a lot more value, so that the tool chest
Yeah.
is getting heavier and heavier.
Yeah, and that helps us. The other big reason for the price increase was we've gone from, when we first started, we had maybe 10 features in there, and now there's almost close to 40 now, and so it's quadrupled in the amount of features that we've done.
Yeah.
And the price isn't quadrupled or anything, like not even close to that, but we also want to be able to support you better. We've grown, so we need to hire more people to be able to support everyone.
Oh, absolutely.
We have more developers, so we can make cooler features and more of this stuff for you. But yeah, there's a lot of great stuff coming. It's awesome.
Great. Well, Bryce, this was a great review of what you guys are doing. Thank you for sharing it with us. And we'll make sure that we publish information about how people can find you, when we post the interview.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Great. Well, hey, thank you so
Well,
much
I
for your
appreciate
time. And I'm sure we'll be talking a lot.
Yeah, will do. Thanks again.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.